The best way to get inspiration for game ideas is by playing a lot of games. Not really. What you should do instead is to watch others play games. And there are many reasons to why watching a Let's Play is more efficient than playing the game yourself. See, the thing is, when you play a game, you're too immersed in it, and this reduces your ability to observe the game. But when you're watching someone else play a game, you can take notes much easier and faster. I'll give you an example. I was watching a YouTuber play Death Must Die, and at some point in the game the YouTuber yells in excitement, so I wrote it down. At 5.40, YouTuber yells in excitement. Observe the ability he's using in the game and see if it can be implemented in our game. That's right, I don't just watch Let's Plays, I take notes on them. I sit on my chair and I observe the impact of video games on these strange creatures and how it affects their behavior. Another example, I was playing Bit Dungeon 2. This game has a lot of variation in its monster design, so I wanted to observe it for inspiration. But the game is also a roguelike that requires your full attention, so taking screenshots in the middle of the gameplay was actually quite hard and led to my death multiple times. Later on, I watched a YouTuber play it, and observing it was much easier. Also, when you're playing a game yourself, the video footage and screenshots you record will take a lot of space in your hard drive. But when you're watching a YouTuber, you don't have to worry about that, and you can simply timestamp every single thing you want inside your notes and come back to them later. If you're making a game in a certain genre, look for games in that similar genre and find Let's Plays of them that are longer than 1 hour. Watch them and take notes of them and save these notes in a special folder so that you can visit them later. I would also recommend that you watch Let's Plays from games that are not similar to your own game, because sometimes there are game mechanics or art design choices in these games that you can still take inspiration from. For example, I'm currently not making a game similar to Death Must Die, but in the future I might, and that's why I watched it. But at the same time, there was like 2 or 3 things I saw in that game that can be used in my current project. So that's good. The reason why I came up with the idea of watching YouTubers instead of playing a game myself is because when my own games were released, there was a lot of things that I learned about them that I had not known until after I saw someone play it. In a way, YouTubers have been the best playtesters for me. When you have your game playtested by someone else and they send you a report, this report is useful, but there are plenty of things that they miss out, or they don't know that they have to report on them. And you can see these things much easier in a Let's Play. I'll give you an example. Let's say that you have designed a scene that is supposed to take 2 minutes to complete, but it takes the playtester 5 minutes to complete. The playtester might think that this is normal, so they don't report on it, and that's a huge problem. If you watch a person play the game instead, you can observe a lot more, especially if they have a face cam and provide verbal feedback. One more important thing I have done in recent years is that I have created a weekly schedule for myself. And in that schedule I have added 4 hours of game research per week, which mostly consists of watching YouTubers react to different games. Truth is that we all want our players to feel amazed by our games, and seeing a person react positively towards something gives us a good idea if that specific thing can also create a similar effect in our game. Now, YouTubers are not the perfect representatives of the gaming audience. In some cases, they are a better representative, and in some cases they are worse. One thing to take in mind is that YouTubers play a lot of games, and in most cases they receive these games for free, and because of that, they value the games a lot less, and they're a lot harder to impress compared to the average gamer. So if you're capable of impressing them, then you might be on the right track. By the way, make sure that you come back and read your own notes once in a while, so you can remind yourself of the things that you have learned from them. Also, I don't just do this with Let's Plays. I do this with everything. Sometimes I find hour-long videos on game marketing and it takes me 3 hours to watch it because I keep pausing and taking notes. So yeah, do this with everything that has to do with learning, maybe even my content.